Hello and welcome to Record Label Boss with your boy Avio. Today we're having a little bit of an issue here. I think Twitch has updated some things on their interface because our live announcements are currently not working. So I'm quickly going to check those out. And then we're going to go to the show today. Today we're going to check out some music from artists from around the world. And then we're going to be teasering one of our newest developments, which is a very new way to submit your demos. It's a very cool thing. We're going to have a look at that. And then we're going to chat about the music industry and about everything else that we usually do. As I am just going to quickly turn this on, and I already did so. So I'm going to be hoping that that is actually going to work. In some regard, because currently nobody's online because they've all been waiting for the announcement. All right, guys. First thing we're going to do today is we're going to listen to some music. As always, we're going to check out some songs from people around the world. And for that, let me check out what we got here. Just about 4 tracks. May Rose, classic instrumental electro pop. Let's hear that. What? Oh, that is very chaotic and very loud. Hey Meg, how you doing? Oh man, yeah, yeah, no, I'm gonna turn that down a little bit and play it in the background. Oh man, what am I gonna say about this? Not entirely sure what I should be saying about this. Okay. Track that is a little bit chaotic and could use some improvements in production, but especially in vocals. All the best and cheers. Yeah. That was, let's just say that was average. All right, next one. Fire a God from France. Pop, R&B, soul.
All about love, all about, glad to be alive. Remember what we left behind. Take a look around. There's so much hatred in our lives. We can change a lot over time. Open your mind. God, we here tonight.
Okay.
Let's be grateful, take our time. It's all about love, all about love. It's all about love, it's all about love.
All right, some notifications came in now. Thank you for wholesome get to know. Boo-doo-doo-doo.
Love, all about. Like to know you more.
I can't put it up.
What lost cause do you fight for? How do you see yourself? Have you ever dreamed of something else? Tell me about love, something that we felt before. God, we're still alive. Let's enjoy it. Take your time. It's all about love, all about love. It's all about love, it's all about love. All about love, all about love.
It's not so bad. It's a cute song. I don't know. I'm gonna save it. Okay, track that is kinda cute. Would like to hear some more of your tracks. Okay. That was that was not so bad. Okay, Quai Global from the US with Seymour.
Will, is that you?
Happy Wednesday, everybody. And Bear Joe is saying, what are we doing? Hi, my name is Avio. I review 6,000 demo songs every year. I get about 30,000 of them every year, and 6,000 I review. On this show, it's called Record Label Boss. I do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Always at 8 o'clock Central European Time in the evening. And you're essentially watching me work. I take feedback from the audience. If you like a song, tell me. We might consider it. If you are a musician, you can submit your own music. And if you want to get in touch with us or talk with us or get some feedback on your music, we also do that. So, I don't know if you've ever wondered what it is, what happens on the other side of you sending a demo song to somebody. This is it. You know, it's like a ride along at work, plus some neat graphics, I guess. NMS Town says, I like these sessions. Bear True says, sounds like an awesome job. We can skip this one. Hey, Yo-Yo. Yeah, I'm gonna skip it. Alright, what are we gonna tell this guy? It's not bad, you know? It's just not... Okay, track that has some good flow, but remains a little bit low key with little emotional arc. All the best and cheers! I always give a little bit of feedback for them. Most of the people don't care about what I say anyway, but... Alright, next one is Low again from the US. Classic instrumental hip-hop. Find You, okay? And Enemies Town says it sells, but he doesn't like it. Sounds cookie cutter, yeah. I'm trying to find something that doesn't sound like everything else. And if it does sound like everything else, then I want it to be really good. You can do what everybody else is doing, but then you just gotta be better, you know? If you do what everybody's doing just worse, then that's not a recipe for success necessarily. Okay, still kind of like waiting for this song to kind of like do something. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure. Very rudimentary. Okay, track that stays a bit rudimentary and could do with some songwriting. All the best in. Oh, cheers! I don't know, you know, this is weird, you know. Sometimes I'm baffled, you know. I'm generally not trying to figure out why things don't work. I'm just trying to figure out what it is that I really like. I'm actually looking for, I don't know, for a song to where you're like, that is so great, you know, and all the guys that are in the chat are like, that is such a great song, you know. And those are kind of like the songs and the artists that stand out and that go somewhere when they're like outstanding good, if you know what I mean, you know. Right, Vehicle, Dark Matter.
Vehicle, V-A-C-L-E. We got Chelsea McNell.
That sounds like a live recording. Yeah, Enemies says another long intro. Yeah, there's a lot of people who make very long intros.
What you mentioned, take it all in, here comes some ascension. A kiss to my life, booty vibes, feeling on the top rider, hidden on the corner.
Yeah, these vocals are really.
It don't matter, black matter.
Yeah. Okay, female vocals are better, but still not good. Yeah, could be good. Yeah, generally not feeling it. It's kind of like just barely scraping. Like, okay.
The final countdown.
Okay, is this a cover? I'm pretty sure that's an unlicensed cover. There's so many unlicensed covers nowadays. People just cover something and put it out without licensing it. So weird. Okay. Generally, we don't do covers or music that like has other people's stuff in it. Because if we want to, I don't know, if you want to have a look at the artist and you want to find out are they good or not, you kind of like don't want to have covers where they're just, I don't know, remixing or reimagining somebody else's stuff. You kind of like want to see what they themselves can do, you know. All right, next one, Ann Lee, Lucas Garnett. NMS says need to shorten the creepy part. Oh yeah, absolutely. That was that song too before. It was like in the beginning, you know. Yeah, this one. No. Vocals equals no. Eden Hunter, oh my love. I don't know if you can see this, but just on this service I have 1,859 songs waiting for my review. So the only reason why I review 6,000 songs every year is because that's the number that I can do without going like insane. But I could do like, I don't even know how many I could do. Because there's a whole bunch of submission services and we are on all of them and people are sending us stuff on all of them. And it's just, out of the stuff that we get, we only listen to 1 out of 10, I would say. So if you're unlucky, we will actually not listen to your stuff for no other reason than the fact that we just get so much that we don't have enough people to listen to all of it. And we were actually thinking about bringing on board, like curator helpers. But it's crazy. 22 million songs released every year, 60,000 songs every day, and tens of thousands of songs sent to us every year. Thank you for following Holy Max. If you want to get notifications when we stream, you can follow me on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/recordlabelboss, and then your chat will also appear here. So thanks for following Hola. Hey Kenny, how you doing? Hey Uncomfortable, how you doing, my man? I wonder if there would be an AI tool for companies. Yes, there is. Like you, that could be used to filter certain below level of production value. There is, and the big labels have it, but we're just not anywhere near to where we have access to stuff like that. Plus, at the end of the day, it doesn't really work like at all. They're doing a lot of testing. They're doing a lot of finding out why things work, and the big three plus Spotify plus the big streamers are really investing like millions of money to find out what is good music and how can we find good music like with AI. But so far, no matter what they tell you, it's actually not working. AI doesn't have any better chance of picking up a potential great artist than your absolutely random reviewer. But what Uncomfortable said there on Twitch, that the AI could filter out stuff that is obviously out of key, that is obviously, the beat sync is not in order, things are out of speed, etc. That it could do. But then again, if you're an indie label like us, then these kinds of systems are not available to you at all, and they will never be. So we rely on humans to actually listen to stuff. Kenny has a TikTok, so Ken Tucker has a TikTok account now. It's going to be interesting to see what he's going to post. Probably lots of dirty diapers. And Nachtrose says, hello on the live there. And MS says, good luck with that. Yeah, thanks, man. I have to say that the human component to us is really, really important. The last song wasn't really bad. I'm going to save it. The human component is important because if essentially artists decide to work with you as a label or to work with you in any way, if it's management, if it's publishing, whatnot, because they feel a connection to you and because they trust you. So at a certain point, AI doesn't really help you and you have to get out there and talk to the people anyway. But in going through the stuff, you could do AI. But I have to tell you that a lot of these companies actually employ people through micro job sites to let them do that because it's actually cheaper than AI. If you pay somebody and they get paid like 10 cents per review, so for every song that they review, they get 10 cents and they just have to say if it's okay or not. And this is actually cheaper than an AI, and it's actually better. So the systems to where music rating is done in an automated system, but conducted by people, are also in high demand at the moment in the music industry. essentially it's the same technical system. Music comes in, somebody sees it on the screen, they play it, they rate it in different categories, and then they send it on. Kind of like an AI would do, just replacing the AI with a person that gets paid very, very little money. And at 10 cents a song, 10 songs, $1, 1,000 songs, $100. You can review a very, very large amount of songs before that ever reaches even close to what AI can do now. So even for professional reviewers, AI is currently more like a little bit of a toy because it's just simply too expensive in for what it produces. Yeah. Okay. Let me I saved that. Okay, good. Next one, Matt Sexton. And Ken says he just finished shooting some raw video for a song. Nice. We're gonna be looking forward to seeing that. But here we don't do any of that AI stuff.
I would always believe everything I was told.
And Uncomfortable Truth says, it's a long comment, but interesting. That actually makes a lot of sense. AI would only be useful because it simulates human preferences. But if you can cheaply purchase the actual humans to rate things, not only would that function to weed out certain music types, but it would be a type of focus group. Very important to gauge preferences. Awesome. Yeah. And that's exactly what's happening. A lot of people don't understand that every label and everybody that works in music runs a lot of focus groups. And you're right. That system that was recently bought by... Fuck, I forgot. It was sold by Reverb Nation, bought by Reverb somebody. But there's a few players that are generally unknown to the public that specialize in these human-driven, very large focus group systems to where music is distributed with micro jobs, and then there's like 100 people rating it or 1,000 people rating it. And that works surprisingly well. If you get your music rated by 1,000 people, you're gonna pay $100 for it, but you're gonna get a very, very, very good understanding of the commercial potential for that song. That doesn't necessarily mean it's an artistic value, but it's gonna give you a preference / commercial checkup on the song. And I used to do that before I was able to kind of like tell if a song would be working. And using that system, I optimized my songs to progressively rate better. I started with like 7 out of 10 points, and then I kind of like got to where I can consistently make like 8.5 songs. Very interesting topic. Very not known outside of professional music. And you as an artist can actually use that as well. But more on that later. And Animus Town says he'd probably save this one, could groove off of it. Yep. Have you ever passed on someone who ended up successful? No. I can't... I cannot consciously remember, and I do check up on people, but there's literally tens of thousands of people that I've passed on. But none of these people ever became a household name or known, or I saw them a second time, or there was any kind of... I don't know. No, zero. There's a few artists that I had in signing talks and that I really liked, and they didn't sign for some reason, but I still followed them. And Holamax, and followed their career, and most of them, as is the case with most artists, I have to say, to be fair, most of them quit. They marry, they get pregnant, they start being a mom, a dad. Usually people end up doing something else. The people that really stay with music for 10 years are really, really the exception. If you were to ask me, and this is an interesting question, how many people that I've reviewed actually stayed with music, I would have to say that out of the people that I was following because I liked their songs so much, less than 30 people 2 to 3 years later are still in music. Most of them quit, and interestingly, most of them quit without ever signing a contract with any professional organization. No manager, no publicist, no label, etc. It's really interesting. So what I'm seeing currently is that a lot of people are making music, then they're kind of like doing it for a year to 3 years, and then they give up. And this is like 85% of all the people. There's hardly anybody that stays. So the most common thing that I see on people that I pass on and on people that I actually say, hey, I want to work with you, is that they quit after some time. Let me just save that. That was a pretty groovy song. It was very, very chill, but I liked it. Next one, Enid and I. All right, save that. Yeah, define success. What's success? That's good, yeah. What people usually mean when they say success is popular. Have they become popular? And then there's another question. Are you popular if you have 1 million views? And Kenny says he's too stubborn to quit. That's right. So are you popular if you have 1 million views? Then quite a few artists on our label are popular. Are you popular when you have 10 million views? Then not so many of our artists are popular. Are you popular when you have 100,000 views, plays? You know? I don't know. Where's the border? 100 million? Does it need to be 1 billion? 10 billion? This is very, very difficult to gauge. And just to be clear, artists that have 1 million views are usually completely unknown. I know, I personally, I am an artist that has 1 million views, accumulated over all of my stuff easily. Plays and views. All my stuff together easily. I know an artist, personally, she has 1 million views on one song. Now, who knows these people? Nobody. 1000% nobody. If you have a song that has 1 million views, nowadays it means absolutely nothing. You'll get next to no money for it from the streaming services and from selling it, and nobody will give a shit about you, and you'll be none the wiser. You'll have it, you'll get a little bit of money for it, you'll be able to go, to dinner twice, and that's it. So the question is, what's popular, How many views, how many plays, what is that number? All right, KTI Headrush. And Hola says, I think you can call yourself popular when you get consistent views and interactions. I do get that. I have hundreds of people that follow me on Record Label Boss, this show alone. Then I have the people that follow me for my music. I have people like Yo-Yo, like Meg, like Kenny, like Lottie, like Foxy, and so many other people who follow me everywhere, who are on every show that I do. And I have a great fan base as a person and as an artist. Am I popular? I don't think so. You know what I mean? I think I have a great fan base. I have some very, very excellent fans that help. They follow me everywhere. I have volume, but I don't think anybody knows my name in any capacity at all, People generally mean popular when they're like, shit, not even Bella Poarch would be popular. Who's popular? Generally, what people mean by popular, and I'm going to go from data here, is when you are one of the top 20 performers in the world. This is what people mean by popular, because these are the people that they know, the top 20. But if you're a top 20 artist, you're already making triple-digit millions in money. You have billions of views, and this is generally what people consider to be popular, you know. No, dude. Holger says, I didn't want to point out if that's what you thought. No, not at all. I'm just saying that I have really great fans. I have a lot of plays, but I'm nowhere near being what's considered popular. I'm very far from that. I mean, my job is actually to work in a label and stuff, and I really like that. But what people think is popular is like top 20. You know what I mean? And NMS Town says you're successful. I'm successful because I like what I do. I'm not successful because I'm rich like Kanye West, you know? So NMS Town says I'm too stupid. I don't know when to quit. If you heard my music, you totally agree. But that's the quality, NMS. That is the quality, my man. The quality isn't that you're the most gifted person that was born on earth. If you are that person, then congratulations to you. God has blessed you, the universe, whoever you believe in. That is wonderful for you. But all the rest of us, we just worked for it. Ask any artist who made it in any kind of capacity to any kind of stage, and all of them will say that they literally worked their ass off to the laughter of their peers for a very long time. This is generally how it happens. So, you know, being resilient and not giving up is like super important, because that's essentially how it works. Uncomfortable Truth says, does a record label boss have connections to radio studios? Yes. Does the music industry relate to radio nowadays? How does it relate? That's a very long question. I'm gonna play some music and get into the connection with radio. That's Raven Rain, Moving On. So radio has different importance on different markets. There are markets in the world where radio is extremely important, and there are markets in the world where radio is almost a thing of the past. So depending on the market that you're on, you either cannot ignore radio or you totally should. You know what I mean? So generally, if you're looking at markets that are, in terms of the music industry, a little bit behind, those are the markets where radio is still really important. And if you're looking at markets that are at the forefront of music technology, this is where I would generally not spend money on radio. Because radio advertisement is always very expensive. And in markets that are heavily digital, radio is just 10 to 100 times more expensive than digital advertisement, and will bring you absolutely no more viewers. You're just going to pay out of your ass and nothing is going to happen. And this is why a lot of the radio stations are now dying. So the situation that we have, I would say in Europe and the US, and this and in Western Europe and the US, and the situation that we have, for example, in Eastern Europe and Africa, are completely different in terms of the importance of radio. So every country has like its best channel to get your music out, and it's not the same in every country. It depends on usually money and how well that country is developed in terms of infrastructure. So radio is in a tough spot. And even in the markets that are like maybe not first tier technology, but second tier technology markets, you have to pay out of your ass to be placed on radio. We have the price lists we generally know the prices that you have to pay somebody in a certain radio station in a certain country to play your song. It's quite a lot. And if you're willing to do that, then you can go to the station and say, I need some consulting and advertisement, and they will give you a fake bill, and you'll pay for the plays. And that's essentially how it is. So if you're indie label, it's not really such a great idea because they're charging you a very significant amount of money for your plays. So most indie labels are happy that the days of radio are over, because they never could afford to get on radio anyway. It was too expensive, and only the major labels could afford to pay that much money to get on radio. And independent radio stations, like some radio stations that we work with, are super and great because they don't accept bribes, but they're like 2% of the market. Their market share is tiny, and they're struggling to survive. So ultimately, I don't know. I'm not seeing a lot of future for radio, but I'm seeing a midterm possibility for radio for the next 10 to 15 years as technology catches up in certain markets. And some markets will be radio markets for the next 10 years to come. So you cannot ignore it. But in its totality, I think the market's moving away from radio. Unless radio starts providing some more value. Because, and that goes to a greater point in creativeness. They used to provide journalism. They used to provide gatekeeping for music, finding great music, etc. And most radio stations have pretty much cut back on that. What they do is they play the top 20 and then they run some ads. And this is absolutely no value. Because you can play the top 20 with ads everywhere. You don't need radio for that. So I think radio is something kind of like banking, to where they cut so many corners until they as a service were useless. And what's happening now, podcasters like Joe Rogan are doing what radio used to do, because radio no longer does it. So now you have podcasters, people like me essentially. This show some time ago would have happened on a radio station, but it doesn't anymore. It happens created by the creator directly, and they say, I really don't need a radio station. What for would I need it? And if I would want it, I'd make it digital. So many things are changing. All right, let me check over here to Reddit to some questions. Do you have links to these songs for sharing? Nope. I have them, but I cannot give them to you. We may need to talk. So a lot of these songs have embargoes, which means that the artist isn't ready to share that because that song is actually not released or something of that. So usually we don't share them unless we do another loop with the artist and say, okay, are you good with sharing that? Because we're actually a pre-market reviewer. We would optimally like to review music that is not out yet, because we are the people that would then put it out. So it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense of sending us stuff that you've already released, unless that's all you have and there's just nothing else. And Ken says that he still gets a lot of radio play. Yeah, that is a typical example for a market. Ken does blues, country, Americana, and that is still a market that does a lot of radio listening, a lot of CDs, a lot of Facebook, where, people are generally a little bit more distant from technology to put it mildly. I'm going to leave it at that. And yeah, some markets are like that. Classical market, for example. A lot of people in the classical market still listen to radio, still buy vinyl, still buy CDs. If you're talking hip-hop music, things are completely different, electronic music, etc. All right. So by market, I don't necessarily mean only one country. I also mean very genre-specific markets. And this is Friend Circle. But I'm generally not so bad. A little bit like I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna leave it to Lottie to do a second round on this. So generally, the system that we have, or that I would like to have optimally, is that the things that I save, somebody else does a second check-in on, and then we start talking with them. All right, Peplo, good night, Maria. I'm gonna review music until about 9 o'clock, so about 15 more minutes. And then I'm going to show you a early version of a software that we're developing that allows music makers and artists to connect with curators and to send your demo submissions and to send your demo songs to people that matter. Because we have a lot of services where you can send your stuff to people that don't matter, because that seems to be the game at the moment. And we wanted to make a service where you can send stuff to people that do matter. That would be something for a change, right? Yeah, I'm gonna say no to this one. Rich Chambers. I wonder. Velati says thanks. Grunge works for you. Yeah, it wasn't so bad. I think I saved it. Okay, so we don't need to talk to the boss. No, that is the whole idea, that people can get in touch with us and other people that we know to be actual industry people through a service, which I'm going to show you in 15 minutes. Because there's so many pretend services where you are sending your demos to people who are unverified bloggers. I'm not sure if you know a lot of demo submission services, but they generally work in that artists can go there and then send stuff to people. And they would have things like, Doggy Dog Records and Farty McCheese Records and the Doodle Donkey blog, etc. And as it turned out for us, as it turns out for everybody, these sites are usually full of about 70 to 80% of people that you send your material to that are not actually music industry people. They just make money from you sending their stuff to them. So they get paid like 50 cents or a buck. Just in time for the Farty Junkie Records talk. And this is a little bit of a problem because it kind of like, I wouldn't call it scammy, but it's like borderline fraudulent. Hey Mike, how you doing? That you have artists sending their submissions to people who they believe could help them in their music career, but they're actually just there to take their money and say no. I don't know. So I'm gonna talk more about that later. That's a little bit too oldie. Georgia Winter. And there it gets always a little bit complicated, you know. People always want easy, but I can tell you one thing. If the music industry is one thing, it's not easy. Every year I learn more, and every year I'm like, wow. And the deeper you go, the more you understand. The more you understand why people have such a hard time. Okay. I don't know. And of course, we have a wonderful Discord server, which you can reach if you go to recordlabelboss.com. There's a link to it, where you can meet people like Mike DeRoche, who's here on the chat, or Ken Tucker, who's here on the chat, or Lada Pitchy, who's one of our graphics artists and reviewers, Yo-Yo, who's a mod, Meg, who's a CEO of Croatia. So a lot of people from our label, actually everybody, is on the Discord, and you'll be able to, I don't know, chat with them and ask them shit. Okay, that is a little bit repetitive. I'm gonna skip it. Okay, that's a little bit too... That's a little bit too out there towards, like, too abstract, you know, very repetitive. I don't know, I'm a big electronic fan, and I think I'm going more towards the side of, like, commercial electronic, and then we have Scotty, who is Muty Music, who is more in the trance kind of things. And then we have had, because he died, Dr. Scandy, who is very into that kind of like old school techno thing. And then we have CIG, who's more into the very current, you know, American type of EDM stuff mixed with a little bit of hip hop. So, you know, even within the electronics, there's stuff. But when it gets too fringy, it becomes a really hard sell. From the numbers that we have on electronic music, the stuff that's just very, very catchy and very commercial just works by far the best. If you have very fringy electronic music, it's really hard to sell. Okay, Miss United States. And Mike Desroch says he wants to meet Mike Desroch. Mike DeRoche. It's actually Michel Desroches, but I don't know what you call yourself in English if your name is French. And the French people would probably call it Desroches or Desroches if it has an E at the end, but it doesn't. So it would be Mike Desroches, I guess. And then the Americans would call it, I don't know, Mike DeRoche. Mike DeRoche. I just call him Mike D, and it's usually good. Lots of different ways to say it. I say it with a Brooklyn accent. It's the same for my name, you know. It's like very early when I rebranded to Avio, people were like, you know, Avio. It's just like every nation says it different, even though it's like a super simple name. So when people are saying, what's the real pronunciation? Depends on the country that you're in, I guess. NMS prefers the older stuff too, yeah. That's... Nope. Vocals and cheesiness of music. Lots of ways to pronounce names, That's why. Plus, I'm a Beastie Boys fan, so Mike D to me is funny. It's like a internal joke. Hold on, something is ticking me off about the song. Let me just quickly listen to this clip. Some instrument track is not fitting. Yeah, there's some kind of that doesn't fit. Yeah, it's out of key. I'm gonna save it. This is an example of a song where less is more. They put too many, If you start cramming so much shit into your song that it's all conflicting, then it's not good. I saved it though. Yeah, a lot of stuff could be for a trailer, but the problem with trailers is that a lot of people think that you make music and then people come to you and pick your music for their movies, which is part of the way that it works. But for everybody who, especially Netflix and others, the producers of the show actually contact various musicians that they know and ask them to do things specifically for the show, because everybody wants to work with them anyway. So that's also turning. It used to be to where musicians would make music into a database, and then music buyers would come listen to the database and then take what they needed for their TV show or something, But now that Netflix has like budgets and shit, people go and say, I have 50,000. I want you to compose a soundtrack plus XYZ and do this and that for the show, just for us. And it's really difficult to get in there because you literally have to know the music supervisor of the show if you want to get that gig, So I don't know. A lot of people still think that they can make like a bunch of 15-second clips and somebody will take it. But that is very, very difficult to place now. Also because so many people are doing it now. So you could be working into a sync database and creating your music for like 10 years and make like $100 every year out of it. So if you're really trying to do sync, for movies, etc., my best advice is to network. It's not to make music, it's to network. In sync, it's about who you know, really. Well, it's always about who you know, but in sync, it's even worse. You're watching Men in Black? Okay. I'm a man in black. I'm not black. I'm also not... I could be Will Smith. I would be the other guy. Tommy Lee Jones. Right? Something like that. Okay, piano, dum da 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 dum da 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 dum. We always say no to this because solo piano is instant no, because
Look me in the eyes and try life. Took his shoes mixed with his clothes. Now everything is tie-dye.
Anna Blue, Something to Cry About. Solo piano is the best. Says Mike D has a solo piano album. But I'm not gonna say anything about his solo piano album. It's actually pretty good. But I wouldn't sign anybody for solo piano. If somebody made, yeah, he said he snuck it in. No, absolutely. If there's an artist who's on the label who does other stuff, and the other stuff is great, and they also have a solo piano album or an acoustic album, of course we're gonna put it out. It's not a question. But to sign somebody just because they do solo piano, it's generally really not worth it. Man in Crack. Nope, I was off key singing. Yeah, he was tricky. He baited me with some good songs, and then he said, I got an old album, and I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, it's like for meditation and stuff and yoga, and I'm like, huh? Yep, saved. So that's how he went on. That's how he did me. That's how he did me. Make me. Golden shower. Oh, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, that's all the time I have. Thank you again. Alright, Mike. Have a good one. Go teach and produce the next generation of awesome musicians. If you're in New York and you want to have a great music teacher, go to Mike's Music School. It's called Momentum School of Music. It's in New York. And, Mike D and Mistina own it. Not so bad there. I'm gonna save it. I'm not really sold on it, but I have, you know. I'm hoping to have secondary backup. Have backup to have secondary, but not, whatever. Oh, by the way, if you want to do something to support Ukraine, I got a bunch of flags here. You can go to CountZeroRecords.com. That's our label. And I put in the menu at the very top left-hand side, support Ukraine. And this puts you to the link overview of the Republic of Ukraine, where they got all the links for government, for news, for donation, for Red Cross, and everything else. So if you want to go to CountZeroRecords.com, and at the top left-hand side, you'll have a support Ukraine link, where you can, and this is really important to me, support Ukraine directly to the official channels, you know. Don't give to some weird fucking charity. I mean, Jesus Christ, Donald Trump had a children's cancer charity out of which he embezzled so much money that he had to settle in federal court, and he's now barred from ever having a charity again. For him it was either, you know, facing jail time or making a deal with the prosecutor, and he made a deal. And so he's never allowed to run a charity again. But it's very, very easy to embezzle money from a charity. So if you're donating, donate straight to the people that need it. It's just my hint to you. Not so bad, but couldn't hear much of a vocal there. Do you like Korn or Slipknot? Yeah, generally I do. Both. I think they're okay. Not totally my jam, but not bad either. Yeah, kind of like went bad on me. Oh man.
I see others living my dream. Oh, how can I be caught in such misery? I need to get my life together. The burden of sleep seems so much better. Awake at 2 a.m. watching 222 come and go.
No, just kind of like doesn't really start it like.
I'm not perfect, but I don't need to be.
Your accent sounds Nordic and American. What gives? I'm Austrian.
Nothing is wrong.
I'm from Austria. Where the Arnold Schwarzenegger is from. Yeah, get to the chopper. I'm the Terminator. I'll be back. That's what it is. That's what it is. NMS Town says, this job would be hard for me. I hate crushing the dreams of other people. Well, I think of it exactly the opposite way. If I were not here, if I were not here, none of these people would ever have the chance that they had. The chance to get listened to, the chance to maybe get signed, the chance to work with us, the chance to tour, the chance to do something. And it's all because of a decision that we made some years ago to start a label and to do it ourselves, that so many people have gotten a chance. If I and we just had said, we're just gonna stay employees or we're just gonna stay and be musicians, literally thousands of people wouldn't have gotten a chance. That doesn't mean that, being declined doesn't mean you don't get a chance. I have multiple people that got signed to the label that were declined multiple times, but they kept sending stuff. They wouldn't give up. And I don't feel like I'm taking somebody's chance away. I feel like I'm giving somebody a chance. Ask around and ask how many people are actually starting independent music labels, like real, like companies that do distribution, publishing, management, promotion, all the things we do. Very, very few people. Most of the people that you'll meet on the internet are essentially just pretending. It's usually one guy that has no idea what he's doing, and they're usually some kind of scheme. I would say that about 75% of the people that I meet that say that they're record labels are actually not. It doesn't matter if it's in Croatia or in Austria. In any smaller country, you'll typically have 2 to 3 to 4 labels. It's a thing that nobody wants to do, and it's a thing that very few people do. And it's a wonderful thing because you actually give people a chance. You don't take people's chances away, because if we weren't here, then none of these people would have had that chance, So, every person I listen to, I feel like I'm giving them a chance. And if they heed my feedback, it usually is not to their detriment. No, don't worry about it, NMS. I thought about this myself, and it actually... it was very difficult for me in the beginning, because I'm a very nice guy, and I had to say no to thousands of people. Because what I had thought, what it was going to be, was that I would receive a few songs that would all be pretty good. I would pick the best, and then I would work with that artist. But this is not what it turned out to be. What it turned out to be is that I got tens of thousands of songs, out of which the overwhelming majority was nowhere near ready for recording, for touring, etc. And I ended up wading through thousands and thousands of songs and being extremely frustrated and like going like insane, because at the beginning I would listen to 200 to 300 songs every single day, and I was definitely positively going nuts. And then I had to say, okay, this is not how it's gonna work. I can't do that anymore. And so I started organizing it a little bit. I started structuring it a little bit. And it weighed on me in the beginning that I was just turning down all of these people, and I just did not have the time to investigate them. Because, of course, what I did in the beginning is I would investigate every artist to see if they're really not good enough. And I would click on their webpage, and I would click on their Instagram, and I would do so many deep dives. What's like what I call them now? And it would take all of my time. I was literally 24 hours listening to hundreds of songs, investigating hundreds of artists. And it led me nowhere. And it didn't led me anywhere. Nothing came of it. Because the experience that I made in the beginning is, number one, you're usually hearing the best song they have. They're usually sending you the best song or the newest song, which is usually the best song because they have the most experience. And only in very, very, very few cases will you actually find material that's better than what you're currently hearing. Because the last song they made was just not good enough because something messed up, and they actually have a better song that's old. So this is how I found out that investigating them is actually completely useless, because you're not going to find a better song than what you're currently hearing. Number two, what I found out is that most people that send stuff never become professional musicians. I would say that out of the people that send a demo to somebody, 95% of the people of these people quit. They're usually amateurs, and they actually have no intention in becoming a musician. They never thought about it. It's not their thing. They're not professionals. Only 5% of the people that you listen to are actually professionals and actually do want to do that. Just imagine you're looking for a carpenter. Let's just say carpenter. And out of 100 people that apply, only 5 people actually want the job. And you're thinking to yourself, why the fuck are these 95 people applying for the job then? And you find out that most people just send stuff randomly, but they never thought that anybody would talk with them, and they haven't given being a professional musician any thought. I cannot tell you how many times I talked to people, and when I said, you know, you're really good, we would like to work with you, they were like, yeah, I don't want to be a musician. And I was like, what? They're like, yeah, I was thinking about releasing like one song every year or something. Insane. So out of the 100 people that apply, 95 don't even want the job. So between the people that are not good enough and the people that don't even want the job, there's a tiny amount of people that are good enough and actually want the job. And then I was like, wow, I did not know that most of these people aren't even serious. And but they're totally fine taking your time because they think it's really interesting that a label wants to talk to them. They think it's really great that they can talk with you. They can ask you about stuff. They learn about a lot about the music industry. And I used to have, this is also something I don't do anymore, a lot of very long calls with people where they would sit like with a pen and paper and ask me stuff and write down stuff. How does this work? How does that work? And it would be kind of like an instruction meeting. And I would tell them everything, and in the end they would say, yeah, I'm not interested, but thank you for all the information, Not doing that anymore either, Nowadays I go through them in an interview, I ask them the various questions, and when they ask general questions, I say, that's not part of the interview. If you have a specific question about the interview or about our work, then we'll talk about it. But this is a very specific interview. I used to make my interviews open-ended. Now they're half an hour. And out of this half an hour, I do 25 minutes of asking them questions. So I have changed a lot on how to do it because I want to give the people that are really interested, that really want to put in the work, and that are really worth the time. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like a fireman. If you're a firefighter, you want to go to the building that's burning. You don't want to go to the prank call where somebody calls you and says, hey, my yard's burning. And then you go there with your fire engine and you find out some fool is just making jokes about you. You want to go to the people that you actually can help. And finding these people is actually quite difficult. And in the beginning, I was like doing all the wrong things. I was doing all and killing myself doing it, And now I quickly, just the first question that I asked people in the interview, and I just want to share this with you because NMS is interested in it. The first question I asked people in the interview, and they're always so weirded out about it, is, do you want to become a professional musician, be in a recording studio 3 months out of the year, and tour 9 months out of the year? Is that what you want? And then you would not believe it, but 70 to 80% of the people say no. And then I usually say, but you do understand that that is what you're applying for. This is the job we have, the job of an artist, to where you're either recording or you're touring. I mean, we have COVID now, things are different, but generally, this is what artists do. You're either recording, songwriting, or touring, or you're on vacation. This is the job, And people are like, yeah, but so much and this and that, but I still need to do this, I still need to do that. And I say, well, is it a job that provides money for you so you can live? And then, that's the second question. Do you have a job that provides money for you for the first year that you're with us? And people are like, yeah, why? I'm like, because in average, people make $25 in their first year. And they're like, what? $25? That's not a lot. And I said, yeah. And out of that, we get half. And people are like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah. So I get $12.50 for providing full service to you for a year. And now you know why I want to make very sure that you're serious, because you're going to get one year of service from us for $12.50. That is the reality of how things are. And this is why our contracts are longer. So the next question is always like, are you okay with a contract of 3 years? And would you consider to stay for 6? And if people say, no, that's too long, I'm like, okay. Sorry, can't work with you. And they're like, why? And I said, because I just told you we're going to be working for you for a whole year while we get $12.50 for it. So when do you think we're going to recuperate all the money that we're putting into you? Later. That's right. That's why the contract needs to be longer. Or alternatively, you could be an artist that already makes a lot of money and returns it to us. Then you can have a contract that doesn't have any exit time. If you are an artist that makes, I would say, north of 100,000 every year, and you're giving us percentage, I don't care. You can leave every month because you're paying your own way, you know. But for a lot of the people that we are developing, and that is most of the people, the only way that we're ever going to get something back is if the contract is longer. And a lot of people have a huge problem with that. They're like, yeah, I just figured I was going to come on board for a single and you would promote me. And, you know, that is really difficult because a lot of people, and I do read a lot of musician forums, and the people are always like, yeah, what you should do is you should go to a label and you should sign up for a single, and then you should make sure that they promote you as much as possible. And then you go to the next label and do the same thing with them. So there's a lot of people shopping around trying to exert marketing money from labels, you know. I found it out very early. And I never do that because I say, why would I do that? How am I getting paid? I'm gonna put up a marketing campaign for $5,000, and your input is gonna be $1,250, and then you're gonna leave. Why would I do that? You know. So a lot of these realities are actually what I check first, and people are usually very surprised that I start with these, because what I used to do when I started reviewing was that I would talk to people about their music and what they like, and I would have a very lengthy conversation about them as a person, just to have them say, you know, these terms are completely unacceptable for me, but thanks for the nice chat. You know. So what I do now is I make sure that they're okay with the terms, and then we talk about the stuff. So if they're not okay with the terms, which I believe is also fair for them, I tell them straight up what it's going to be, and they need to say, I'm okay with these terms, and only then I will progress, you know. So I'm like inverting my interviews nowadays. I used to do them exactly the opposite. So, you know, there's a lot of things that I had to learn. Voila, baddest bitch. And at the end, you arrive at a point to where people think you're kind of like, that you're kind of like, I don't know, you're really strict, you know. But that's the only way to be successful. If you're spending quality time with every artist that has absolutely no idea of ever working, no desire to ever work with you, you're gonna have lots of great chats, but you're not really gonna go anywhere in terms of you as a label. And what I found also is that a lot of people want to cheat you. There's this whole undercurrent among artists that implies that everybody who works at a label is the devil, and labels are the devil. So it's okay to cheat them as much as you can. And I've had a lot of people try to scam and defraud us for money. And in the beginning, I actually fell for it. But for me, the thing is like, you know, I only fall for shit once. And ever since then, you know, it's all contractually in there. But pretty much every week, I have somebody who wants to jack me for money. And it usually goes like this: hey, I have a great opportunity for promotion. XYZ is giving me a discount, and I can reach XYZ amount of people by paying them $8,000. So I would like you to send me $8,000 so I can do the promotion, you know. If you would actually pay that money, they would hit you up for more, and at the point when you would stop paying them, they would ghost you and never talk to you again. And this does not happen once. This happens a lot. So you also have to learn to never give people any money. And if you do advertisement, you do it, like personally. And you decide where it goes and how it goes, But I have to say that's the minority of artists. These people that are out to defraud labels, small labels, because they don't dare to do that with big ones. It's maybe 5% of artists. It's not a lot, but it does happen. But also, there's lots of labels that are looking to defraud artists. Don't get me wrong, So it's a weird industry. Everybody cheating everybody. All the goddamn time. It's crazy. Weird vocals. With no volume and no width. Good music, but these vocals they're like scratching on my soul. Okay, Sean Cabby and the Secret Admirer Society. All right, I'm gonna stop reviewing music and show you the beginnings of our new system, if you're interested. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. All right, that was it. I'm gonna close this for now, and I'm gonna hop over to this one. I got this prepared before the show, and I wanted to put this out for some of you guys. Oh, hold on. I have to actually going. Where is it? Close that. Is that it? Is that moving? No, that's not it. Which one is it? There you go. All right, so a while ago I had the idea that I would do a service where people can connect with people from the music industry, submit their demos, upload their demos, and get connected with people that are actually from the music industry, and not to create the antithesis to what's currently available, because currently there's a lot of services available that are focused towards artists, which means they provide what artists want. They do everything the way that artists think it should be. And that poses one problem. Amateur artists generally have no clue how the music industry works. And the reason why they're not successful is because they have no idea. And if you make a service that caters to them completely, you make a service that is inherently unsuccessful, because if you're doing what these guys tell you to do, you can, per definition, not be successful because they quite frankly don't know what should be done. So we wanted to create a curator-centric service where you would have everything done the way that curators would actually want to have it, and to provide a service where curators actually have to provide legal registration or not be able to get on here. So on our services, there will be absolutely no fake reviewers. There will be no weird-ass people that are not identified. Every person who says that they're a record label, we will vet them. We will go into the company register and check them out and see if they're actually a label. Otherwise, they need to be flagged as a private person or a blogger, and people will be able to clearly see that. And that is a great difference. One of the great differences. As you can see, you can here log in and register. There's some testimonials from people that are on our label, from Misty and Cygnus and Christian Vale and Ken Tucker and other people that had that experience going through that with us. You can register on the service. It's demosubmission.com. I put the link in the bottom. And you can register as an artist with, username, password, It's just like anything else. Or you can, if you want to, register as a curator. If you're a curator, you can do that. And then you can essentially tell us who you are and provide legal information about yourself as a curator before we will actually let you be a curator on our system. Once you get your stuff, you log in and you get to the demo submission main, which is a nice menu where we have lots of functions. How to create a profile, submit your demo, get points, messages, groups, the artists that we have on there, the curators that we have on there, the orders that you have sent out or received as curator, point rewards, video rewards, referrals, notifications, the affiliate program, and our support that you can check out. You'll have a little message thing here. You can click on it and then you'll see that, people can send you messages on the platform. Other curators and other artists can send you messages on the platform, and down here you have notifications. So if something happens, somebody looks at your song, somebody sends you something, you'll have the notifications right here. To do that, here's your menu where you can check out some basic stuff like your orders, your points. You can look at artists, curators, etc. This is a very large menu that can do a lot of stuff, but generally, even though we try to be user-friendly, we're not entirely geared towards... it's web and mobile, yeah. And NMS says it looks nice. Great job. Thank you very much, dude. I've been working on this for months. So generally, we are looking for this to be fully featured, to be good, to be useful. Yo-Yo and Ladapichi, I have to say, have been helping me test so much, and they're always stressing it needs to be easy. It needs to be easy. People need to be using it easy, and I'm trying everything I can. We're trying for it to be easy, but I want to make this into a thing that actually works and that actually provides tangible benefits to people, and is not some kind of like fake advertisement bullshit where you pay $10 and then somebody writes a fake article on a fake website for you. So it has more functions than usually these submission services have, but I believe that is because it's useful and it's good and it's a little bit wider. Yes, it's a little bit more complicated, but it can absolutely do a shit ton more than all of these services. If we're looking into how to, at the very basic level, demosubmission.com is extremely easy. You create an artist profile and then you submit your demo, and that's it. That creating an artist profile will take you 5 minutes, and submitting your demo will take you 20 seconds. So at the very basic level, you can do everything that needs to be done in 30 seconds. Creating your profile is something that the artist generally would do first. So I'm going to click here. This is my profile here. Here you can upload a big background. You can upload your logo. You can put your Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatnot in here. Here you'll have some awards. You can put a biography in, your name, the country, the languages that you're speaking, your website, YouTube, Twitter, blah, blah, whatnot. Just everything that you would typically have in a profile. Plus, you have the ability to upload one MP3, which can only be seen by curators. This MP3 will not be able to be seen by other artists. So you can upload songs that are not ready to be released, that you want to keep secret, that you don't want to have go out. You just want people to see it who are actually curators, and then you can save profile and you're done. Then you will appear in the artist list, which looks something like that. So you'll have your artist. Here's your logo. Here's your your mug, an indicator if you're online, if you want your name, if you're verified. People can give you star ratings. People can follow you. I'm gonna follow Chase El Danubis. Oh, there's a lot of people I'm not following. So then you'll get updates when they upload a new demo, which is very nifty or something. And you know, if you want to see something about an artist, let's go to who's got a good profile. Let's go to Muty. He probably has something uploaded here. Yep. And here you see I don't see because I don't see his music because I'm logged in as an artist now. So I can only see his profile. I could send him a message, I could follow him and various things, and I could, you know, see his reviews, his star ratings, his badges and his groups. But I could not listen to his music because that is for curators only. I can also click here and check out the current curators that are on here. All of these people are 100% vetted and actual things. This is Count Zero Records, this our label. MP4W Records is the label of CIG. Music Pizza is the blog and service that Lotta Pitchy runs. And The Independent Musician is our indie blog from the Count Zero group. And this is where other curators will be in the future. Hold on, let me... Oh, super. NMS Town says I'm an interface designer, so now you're rocking in my world and programming. You should totally connect to us, NMS. If you're not on the Discord, please, dude, go to recordlabelboss.com and click on the Discord link, come to the Discord, go into the beta room and help me developing this shit. You can literally help artists around the world, plus you can be my friend and we can together make this better. Because I'm horrible at interface design, you know. I'm just doing my best that I can here. But, you know, it would be totally cool if you would want to help me out with this. Not like do anything, just give feedback. Okay, and then submit demo. You can submit your demo, and there's various things that you can do. Record label audition, pro promotion, starter promotion, blah, blah, whatnot. You can do free promotion. Let's just say we're going to do basic promotion. It says guaranteed response, 10 days delivery, 60 points, 60-word review written by a professional, guaranteed response in a guaranteed time frame. We're still working on these products because you're essentially telling the curator what you want them to do. Do you want to be signed by a record label, or do you want somebody to write an article about you, or do you want somebody to write an Instagram thing for you, or do you want to, I don't know, whatnot. It'll be on here, and you will let the curator know what it is that you want, because the one thing that always fucking bothered me so much as a curator is that you always have to guess what people want. They'll just fucking send you a song, and then you talk with them, and you're like, yeah, I want to, you know, would be interesting to sign you on a label. Yeah, I don't want that. Like, dude, why are you sending me your stuff then? So for me and for many curators, it's super important to tell them what you want. Do you want your songs to be played on the radio? Do you want your songs to be played on the TV? Do you want to have a TV interview? Do you want to, you know, what is it that you want people to do? Okay, let's click basic promotion. And then we have the speed. You know, a lot of people are super impatient. People are always bitching about speed. So we made it to where you can choose express, regular, light speed, warp drive, you know. Made some fun shit. Let's just say express, you know, that. And then you get to this point where you say you currently have 116 points. Start your promotion now. And then you have this button here where you can click buy. I'm not going to do that. And then it will say, boing, it's done. It's going to happen. Here you can recharge some points if you need some points, because our system essentially runs on points. And this is where you can grab some of these points. And then the curator gets the points, and in return, they do the stuff for you. The point system is one where, as I've shown you, you can buy these points for various packages with various bonuses. But the more important thing is, and this is one of the keystones of this thing, that you can get points for free. I don't do Discord, but for you, it's done. What does that mean? Just let me know who you are on the Discord. I'll give you a role. If you tell me who you are, then I will let you know. Because there's so many people. There's like hundreds of people on this server. So please let me know your name on the Discord. And Lada Peachy says, means he doesn't have Discord, but he's gonna come help because he's a legend, says Lada Peachy. I'll join. Oh, thanks so much, dude. That is very nice of you. We're not gonna bother you. Quite to the contrary. I hope that we will be able to make your life a little bit better. Yeah, you're a true legend for helping me there. Super cool. Thanks so much. So the idea is that you can get these points that help you propel your career by helping other artists. That was my idea. So by helping other artists and reviewing their stuff and logging on and watching their videos and doing various activities that are in and around helping other artists, you can get points for free. So let us see how that works. So you can go here to point rewards or video rewards. You can say here, point rewards. And then you click and you'll see what you get points for. Becoming a member, 10. Being a member for a year, 20. Every single site visit, 1 point. 2 points for viewing a video. 10 points for referring a new member. 1 point for adding a profile photo. 1 point for adding a cover photo. Blah, blah. And I'm going to put some more actions on here. So whenever you, for example, watch a video from a artist who you like on the site, which is just a YouTube video, it's nothing else, you'll get some points. That's the whole idea. So you say video rewards, for example, here. And participate in our community. Help out other musicians and earn points. Watch music and blah, blah, blah. It's a total win-win. So literally the way that it works, and this is so fucking clever, is you click the video. And now you're going to just watch the video. And at the end of the video, it'll be like, bing! You have received 2 points. You know? So you watched some other artist's video and got 3 points for it. So, why is it black now? Oh, there you go. So this has nothing to do with YouTube. It's just a YouTube embed, and I programmed it to you're watching this. So this artist is gonna get a view, yeah, and he's one of your friends or not. Maybe he's just one of the users of this platform or something, you know. He gets a view, and you get points. So eventually, you're gonna end up with having enough points that you can send your stuff to a curator for free. Or if you say, yeah, I don't have time for this shit, I don't want to watch shit, you can pay a little bit of money and do it immediately. But this way you're also helping, because money also helps, you know? So I'm going to let this play here, you know? And there's a bunch of videos here that I have for testing. Those are all videos from our artists that I found in this process, you know? Every single one of these guys, other than Ken Tucker, I found because Ken came on board very early on the show. I found Matt Reed on the show. I found Karmas T on the show. That's myself. I found Cygnus on the show. And I found CIG on the show. So all these people that you see here with music videos are people that came to the label through this show. This very show that I'm doing right now. And this is kind of like the proof that it... Pure genius, if you ask me. I have to repeat the last. Thanks so much, dude. It's the first time I'm showing this outside of the label, you know. And Scotty was saying to me, Muty was saying to me, it's not ready, you can't show it. You gotta tell everybody it's beta. And I'm like, yeah, I just want to have some feedback or something. Alright, so... I'm listening to Moment from CIG. It's a really awesome song. I really like it. A bit in a hurry. Could have been in the morning, yeah. Featuring Shaila Hamadi. For a moment. And then Optimally. Come on, play. Optimally. It should work. That the video plays the whole way. And then I should receive points. Yeah. And again, we're not getting anything for this. This is just between you and that artist. The artist gets a play and you get points, and the points are just, we generate. So now the video's over. I really hope this works. Otherwise, I'm going to be not happy. All right. Alrighty, let me see what happened here. I'm gonna go to here. I probably have to refresh it or something. And sometimes it takes a while. I'm not sure why that is. This is why it's beta. But essentially, there you go. There you go. Boom. It worked. Oh my God, so great. You have received 2 points for viewing video. So you got the notification that you got 2 points. So you got 2 points on your account. Boom. There you go. No interaction from us. Everything completely automated so far. Listen to some Viking metal, you get points. Listen to some EDM made by yours truly, get some points. Listen to Karma's Tea, get some points. Very, very cool. I think this is one of these things, that I really like about our system. So, where was I? Yeah. And then, of course, there's other things you can do. You can log on, you can view stuff, and we're going to introduce more point rewards that are all centered around submitting your music, giving feedback on other people's music, listening to other people's music, kind of like being an active member of the community. And by being an active member of the community, you get points, and with the points, you can submit your stuff to curators. And curators then get a little bit of a monetary reward because so they come and work on our system, and we hope that some people will buy points too, and then we can allocate that somehow. But the point is that if you're poor, you have no money, you're not going to need it. If you want to do this system and you never want to pay a single dime, then you can totally do that. It's totally fine because I don't want to, put hamper somebody's career, but yeah, it did work. Beta, but it did work. But if you say I want to pay $100 and immediately send this stuff and get 4 record labels to listen to it and want to get it done today, that also will be the only service where you can do that in the world. I'm not fucking lying. Where you can send it for definite consideration by 4 A&R teams within 24 hours. There's no service in the world that does that. Everything that we do, and this is kind of like the whole point of this thing, everything we do, nobody has. And I don't think they ever will because, and this is key, fucking key. None of the people that run submission services are actually music industry people. They're all either programmers or fans or artists, which is great, or other people, but they generally, none of them have ever worked a day in their life in the music industry. And this is why they don't understand how things work and why they don't understand how to be effective for artists. Because it doesn't matter how many times you're submitting a spam submission to a useless blog, the artist is really not going to have anything from it. If you can give an artist a platform to where they can submit their song to 4 record labels that will listen to the song and consider it for signing within 24 hours, you have created a service that nobody else has, because everybody else is just fucking faking it because they don't even have the connections to the people. And the reason why I know this is because I talk to other curators. I'm the biggest reviewer. I used to be the biggest single reviewer on SubmitHub, and I can tell you that they're not very curator friendly. You want a service that's friendly to curators. We're also, I think, very friendly to artists. And I think this is the way how to make it successful, not to be as scammy and fraudulent as possible. All right, so messages. We figured it's good for the community that you can write messages to people. A lot of Peachy and I wrote some, some smileys back and forth. We were testing the system. So you can send other artists a message and saying, hey, dude, I really like your track. It's awesome. Groups. You can go in here and you have a group of curators, artists, and a VIP club. Curators is obviously a group for curators, artists, obviously a group for artists, and VIP club, obviously a group of some kind of, like, I don't know. It's just that there's currently nothing in there. It's just, it's just groups where people can talk about topics and exchange without the need to go to Facebook, without the need to go off platform. If you want to use it, use it. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. It doesn't cost anything. It's a networking tool, just like the messages are. Then you have the artist and the curator list, which we've already said. And then you have the order list here. Oh, there's no entries here for me. Let me send an order. I'm going to send an order. I'm going to submit my demo to Count Zero Records, okay? I'm not sure if I have enough points. Okay, I'm going to do a regular speed record label consideration. I don't have enough points. Fuck. Oh, man. I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do a basic promotion. Regular speed to Count Zero Records. All right. Boom. There it is. Done. Poof. Yep. You get 58 points and the order is in. I'm now going to go to orders. Just clicking on it. That's it. And then you see here date March 16th. 60-point order went to Count Zero Records. And the curator on the other side will now have that order on there. If I click on Count Zero Records, I just see them. And I can click here on curator information. And this is also something that we have that nobody else has. That the curator's legal status is made clear here. And it says, I represent a registered legal entity, a company or a nonprofit. But generally, low points. I suck. Yeah, I know. I don't have points on my own service. It's very interesting. But they are here, and they have to say that they are a legal organization. You, as the person, only see that they are a record label. It says here, curator type record label, country Croatia. But if you go, and I'm going to log out here, into the interface of the curator, you will see that curators have to supply their legal information to us, or we will not let them on the system. Because I've really had it with all of these fake companies that are not record labels and they're just pure bullshit. Okay, I'm now Count Zero Records, which is a curator. And they have the same menu essentially, but their orders are a little bit different. If I click on order here, I will see that Avio has just sent me a basic order, and I can click on Avio and I can then conduct the order. And if I click on home here, I can click on profile, and the curator, I'm going to show this to you guys now so you can see it. It's actually in here. The curator has to provide the company's legal name, the company's register ID, the company's registering authority, which is the commercial court that registers that company, and a link to the registration authority on the web, which is essentially the full information that every registered company worldwide needs to have. If they cannot provide that, we will not let them on the system as a curator, as a legally registered curator or like a record label, because 99% of the record labels out there is just some dude with an address like superrecords@gmail.com, and it's completely fraudulent. We will check these people at the register and make sure that they're a constituted company. That doesn't mean that they're not assholes, but it means at the very least that there's a basic verification of that you're actually dealing with the people that they say that you're dealing. And there's also the way for curators here to choose different things like I am a blogger, I am a radio station, I am a TV station, and we will vet all of these. I don't need curators on my platform that pretend to be somebody. That is absolutely unnecessary. It's more than enough to send your demo to 4, 5, 6 actual labels. Sending it to 200 fake labels has absolutely zero effect. Sending it to 4 actual labels has 100% effect. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. But the point is that SubmitHub and others are making money by the amount of submissions that they make. So they generally want to have these spam submissions to where people have to send to many, 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 many different curators that aren't really actually curators, because they make more money from it. And what happens is that they send their song to hundreds of people or hundreds of entities, and all of these entities don't even exist because they're actually just a person with a website. And this person could not render them any service. If you have one connection to one good publicist, a PR lady, they can do a world of good for you. But if they're fake, it doesn't work. I have found like 0 actual PR firms on submission sites because they don't even go there because it's completely full of spam and the artists are behaving like total jackasses. The point is that you're going to get a contact to an actual decent PR company on our system if you want to. That does not mean they're going to work with you for free. It just means you're going to get a contact to an actual person in the music industry, and what you want to do with that is then your problem. But I really want to connect fans with industry people, and this isn't done. What's currently done is a lot of spamming crap and a lot of pretending and a lot of sending things back and forth to Italian microbloggers with 100 followers that will write an article for you for $10. It will do nothing. It will be absolutely ineffective. And I want this platform to be an effective way for people to advertise their stuff or make connections as a whole. And they do that by putting their music on and by expending points that they gathered from, doing things. So obviously this is extremely key to me. And then, on the profile, you have also groups, and you can click in and you can see which groups you're in. You can see messages, badges, your ratings, your reviews, your profile, etc. Same for everybody. It's not really any different. Then we, of course, have the account tab. I'm going to quickly gloss over that because it's not important. You can change your password, your email address. But I want to go into one more thing before I wrap this up. Here you can change your privacy options. We are fully GDPR compliant. We comply with all the EU's data protection laws. You can hide your profile from public listing. You can hide your online status. You can hide your activity wall, and you can say who you want you to send private messages. So if you do not want other artists or other people to see your stuff or your reviews, you can close that down. If you want it to be public because you want to have a public profile where people can rate your stuff and give opinion, do that. If you want to have a private profile where we just want to send to very specific record labels, you can do that too. Super important, cannot be done on any other platform. Notifications. Alert me if I'm being followed by somebody. Alert me if there's something new in my group. I think you get the idea here. Web notifications. get updates when this and 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 this happens with my account. When a label reviews me, when somebody gives me 5-star rating, blah, blah, whatnot, so that you always know what's up. And then, of course, you have the points here, and you have your point balance here. Count Zero Records is actually like an account where I put points on. This one's got 2,600 points. And then here we have the referral link, which is something I'm going to go into as well now. If you have any questions, you can always ask, Nice touches on Curator. Yeah, well, I'm trying, man. I'm putting my ideas and everything into this. Referrals. You can click here. You can grab that link. That link is your link. It already has your user ID on it. And anybody that signs up with that link, you get points. It says here, signups referred 0. Every referral you get like 10 or 20 points. I don't know, I forgot. So you can just share this link and say, hey, this is demosubmission.com if you want it, and you get points for it. That my idea is that you get points for everything that you do on and with the platform, helping artists, bringing people whatnot. Notifications will be already checked on here. You can read your notifications in the notification area. If you don't want to read your notifications here at the bell area, I'm gonna do affiliate program next. If you want to become an affiliate, you can register here, and I'm already registered. But then you get a special link that says demosubmission.com affiliate 5, and any person you bring, you get points whenever they do something. So this is a little bit more than a referral. An affiliate is somebody who gets like points whenever the person that you referred and they do something, you get points for it. So if you want to increase your career, sign up for affiliate. It takes 2 minutes. All you need is your name and your email address. Share your affiliate link to your friends and tell them sign up through this link. They're not going to have to pay more points. They're not going to have to spend more points. Nothing like that. It's just whenever they do stuff, you get points for free. So if you bring 10 people on this site, you can use it for the rest of your life for free, because you're always going to get a part of what these guys are spending. Again, nobody's paid a single dime yet. Nobody's spent any money. You help them by showing them the service, and they help you by using your affiliate link to do stuff. And when they're signed up through your affiliate link there, of course, then their stuff goes to you, and here you have your earnings. You can overview, and here's your profile. Count Zero Records, blah, 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 that stuff. So, you can come in here, your affiliate area, and always see what's up. You don't have to be affiliate. You can be an affiliate. It's nothing on this platform is ever like, you have to, No. And at the very end, you have support, and this support is in-game. Demosubmission.com. Just click message here and write the customer service. And you can type, your customer service is awesome. Awesome. Send. Boom. That's it. And they'll write you back. So the service is on the site. Everything is done on the site. Nothing needs to be done off-site. Everything is quick. We have a cookie policy, privacy statement, the imprint, disclaimer, terms and conditions, whatnot. Of course, everything is there. And that is essentially it. That took me months to do this. I know it looks like really quick and easy now, but thinking about it took me and my team a very long time. And implementing took me a long time, and then my team was testing it. It was really great. I have to say thank you to Lottie, to Yo-Yo. The two of them did a lot. To Meg for the ideas. to Scotty also for always giving feedback, and a lot of other people actually helped with this. The point was that we said we want to do something that has never been done before, and that is actually going to help artists get ahead outside of what they obviously think is like promoting their music. Here, you will be promoting your music to people that matter. And you'll see results. People love getting points. Thanks. Yeah, that's what I thought, NMS, you know? If you're involved with the community, we're going to put in community awards. You know, every post in the group, 1 point. Do this, 1 point. So if you're my idea was, if you're an active member of this community, you'll have enough points to promote your own career. By helping other artists, you're helping yourself. And the goodie is being able to connect with professionals. And I just want to talk really quick about what do professionals get out of it and why would they ever do that. All right, so Count Zero Records go on orders. You'll see here there's a bunch of orders made. Avio just made an order for 48 points. So the curator will get paid for these points. They'll be able, they receive the 48 points and then they can pay out the 48 points and they'll get some money. But no curator that is worth anything will come to your site for $2. These guys are running 6, 7, 8 figure companies. They're not going to give one shit about the $2. The $2 are just a thank you to the curator or to whoever does that on the side of the curator. But do not be fooled and think that an actual curator is going to come to your site and listen to your music because you're paying them 50 cents. The only people that come to your site and listen to music for 50 cents are people that are completely and utterly irrelevant. They're people that just make money from doing reviews, and that's okay. If you have a great music blogger and they write a music blog about you, why not? Why would you not have a nice article? Somebody who knows how to write articles, why not? You can do that on here. But what does a curator want? A curator wants to get in contact with an artist that is serious and that is good. And this is why when you submit our stuff here, you don't have submit without cause. You have to choose what it is that you want from who. And then depending on what you choose here, you're pointed towards different curators. So in other words, our system prevents people that just want to have a blog article from that song going to record labels. Because this is essentially what happens on Submit Hub all the fucking time. People ask me, can you share my song? And I'm like, why are you sending me your song? I'm not a radio station. I'm not a social media person. We're a record label. We're not sharing your song. That is the wrong person. So we're sending the right artist with the right music to the right curator, and we connect them with as little bullshit as possible. And this is how we want to attract curators, by making sure that what does a curator want? To spend as little time as possible receiving exactly what it is that they want. Good blues artists. Interesting new EDM artists. I don't know what it is that the curator wants. Something. Every curator has something that they want, but what they don't want is 95 songs that are completely outside of what they actually want. Oh, the fine print part, yeah. Yeah, we have a terms of service and everything. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about the fine print. You can all read it. You can open it up. It's GDPR compliant. We are the only submission service that I know that is GDPR compliant. We have the highest levels of data privacy and data protection on our service. No one else has that. I don't know anybody. Submit Hub is from South Africa. They have absolutely zero oversight. And the other services are usually American, and they have like no oversight at all whatsoever. So that is one good thing. Then, first question from Hola Imax. Did you code the whole thing or use a third-party service? Tell me if I'm wrong. I just started my education. I coded all of that myself. It is a WordPress site. It uses essentially PHP, and I do use a significant amount of plugins to do it, which means that I have a tech stack and a plugin stack that does a very many basic things for me, but you still have to bring together all the parts and make it work in the way that you want to. For example, I use Elementor as a virtual HTML editor because it simply makes HTML editing easier. I use various implementations for point manipulation. I use what's it called? Some compliance module, a plugin that you can install that does all the GDPR and data privacy compliance things for you, sets all the cookies, and does all these things. So there's a lot of plugins that are working and doing these basic functions. And WordPress not joining Discord. Yeah, I know. But the point is that if you want to do rapid development, you have to use some basic building blocks, because if you're coding this from the ground up, you're going to be sitting there for years until it's done. And it's not necessarily to code this from the ground up because it's not time critical. People, this is not a computer game. This is not something where we have a shooter game. You have like one action every minute on this website. And it's fast, is easily fast enough for anything that you want to do. But, bringing 20 different plugins together and then adding the code that makes it go, that is I've been developing with WordPress for 3 years now, pretty much every single day. And this is why I was able to get it done. But, yeah, so it's a part, This is, by the way, always how I like to work. You should never, when you're doing software projects, you should never reinvent the wheel. WordPress can be used in different ways, like Oracle, SQL. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. WordPress is just a basic content management system that is used for serving the web pages. Pretty much, it doesn't really do anything on this web page, other than be the server for the web pages. So, there's that. It's a tech stack that's used now. I use a good hoster. We have worldwide CDN network for the stuff. The tech stack I used for this is actually the tech stack for Count Zero Records, but a little bit improved. So it's actually a fairly solid tech stack. But if I have anything to say about software development, I would 1000% never develop anything greenfield and start with nothing and start coding everything yourself. If you want to code stuff by yourself, then first take a good framework, do with the framework, and then if you find things that are mission critical that are not really working well, you need them faster, you need something done, then program them like fully. A lot of the stuff I have here is handmade, of course, because there was no function that would create a website like this at my ideas. But a lot of things I did not implement because the framework was just so difficult to change in that direction. So we definitely have more ideas that we can implement later as we go into the lower levels of the framework and program the things in PHP. I have, for example, in WordPress, a PHP command injector, which allows you to make little PHP code snippets, which you can then call from the code of the page in a simple shortcode. So I would insert a shortcode, for example, Avio1, and the Avio1 would execute a PHP script, and that PHP would then, I don't know, pull some field from the database and display the points or something. So the whole thing is made in a way that we can do rapid development, as many functions as possible, as easily as possible. I'm very happy. It's been very clean. It's been very bug-free. It's been working really well. I've been mucking about with the design. I have to say thank you to Lada Pitchy for the logo. And a lot of people have been helping on this. But, so far, that's it. Yeah, and Yomim also says, nowadays, almost no websites are programmed from scratch. That's what CMS is for, yeah. Code as little as possible. Only code where you need to. And it's still going to be enough coding that you need to do. But generally, if you can prevent it, then prevent it, because these plugins that I'm using and these modules that I'm using, we purchased, and we have customer support. There's somebody actually, that's the next thing. If you program something yourself, you'll have to update everything all the time. If you have a framework and you just build the connectors and some very basic functions, you buy the framework, and the framework support team will actually update the framework. They will make sure that the framework works, and then you only need to make sure that your connecting parts, your few PHP scripts, what it is, that works. So we also have, and a lot of people are laughing about this, a dedicated WordPress hoster that does all the things like operating the server, making the backups, doing the updates, everything done for us. So this system is auto-updating in all of its components without me ever touching it. And the only thing I have to touch as the system is running is if there's an incompatibility that arises later on, and I would have to change some of my code blocks. That very, very, very seldomly happens, and it means that we can save usually an entire employee by outsourcing all of these things, and it's not as expensive as you would think. It will cost you probably about $100 a month to completely outsource hosting, update, and services like it does for us. But you're going to be able to save a lot of time and effort and focus on what matters. What matters for our product is how well curators and artists are served, not an incompatibility of two subversions of PHP. I really don't give a fuck about that. And that's not what it is about for me. So if you want to give Demo Submission a spin, you can go to demosubmission.com. We also registered a bunch of other URLs, but go to demosubmission.com and just use it. If you find something that breaks, tell me. Join us on our Discord server and let me know. I feel robbed for spending 500 boss points to see a VO stretch, but nothing even happened. Sorry, guy. I don't have it on my screen. I don't have the activity thing here because I just made today this show to demosubmission.com. Did he do the stretching? Okay, I'm gonna stretch. Okay. Because I need to stretch anyway. But this is one of the scenes that I don't have the activity thing on. Oh man, but really stretching, I put that in there because I forget it, and you actually need to do it. You're sitting here for hours streaming, and you really should be doing that. And NMS says he uses Flutter Dart and probably recommend going this route in this case. If you come like on the server and tell me about it, and that would be extremely helpful to me, and I would contribute some points towards your demo submission account, because we're currently giving out 100 points for every beta tester. So if you want to beta test it, come to our demo. Create an account and come to our Discord server and tell me that you want to be a beta tester. I'll give you 100 points, and then you can try it out, and you can get a beta tester medal and all kinds of stuff. And you can be, part of the team that made it. No, I mean using WordPress. Oh yeah, okay. You in this case, you mean where? Yeah, of course. I tried various CMS, and WordPress isn't the fastest, it isn't the best, but it's like, honestly, the reason why I did it is because there's so many plugins for WordPress, it's insane. It's extremely moddable, and this is why. I don't think there's any CMS out there that has more plugins than WordPress. And this is just the point. You can literally have a plugin for everything. There's a lot of people that program these plugins for free, but you can also buy some extremely decent plugins. Our ticketing system is a WordPress plugin created by some dudes in Croatia. Whole ticketing system. Fuck. For a price that is like out of this world. Really, really good. Scaling is for another day. Exactly. Once I have 10,000 people using this system and they're drowning me in cash, fuck, I'm going to hire a programmer and we're going to make this a whole lot better. Maybe make another system, but this is really not my problem. The people are always like, what are you going to do when you're successful? The point is that when you're successful, then a lot of people are going to be using it. You're also going to make money from it, and then you'll be able to afford to hire people that professionally make it better. Because I don't want to be that person. I want to be the person that has the ideas, the input, sets up the networking, makes sure that the right artists go to the right people. I don't really want to be the person that does, the low level programming on this stuff. That's not where my value comes from. There's a lot of people who do that better than me. But I can tell you one thing. Out of all the people that are on all the submission services, I am 1,000% the person that knows most about the music industry. I am absolutely shocked. I'm not going to say a name of a submission service. I recently talked to a submission service, and these people have no fucking clue. They're just a bunch of kids who started it, and somebody gave them a lot of money, and they're just doing random shit. And they are nowhere near, after like 4 years and millions of dollars, they're nowhere near where we are right now. It's insane. They have a lot more customers though, but their service is extremely basic. Okay, so if you want to join us in beta testing, demosubmission.com, I encourage you to go to demosubmission.com and make an account. And if you want to have free points and be, get the role as a beta tester, you can join us on the Discord server. Oh, I should probably put that in here. Fuck. Discord server, make like a thing here, like one of these items, Discord. Join us on Discord. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. That's what I should put that in here. I'm dumb. Why haven't I done that? I'm going to do that. Go to recordlabelboss.com and there's a link to our Discord server. You can also directly get the Discord invite link. It's countzerorecords.com/Discord. Here's the Record Label Boss. Because if you go to countzerorecords.com/Discord, it will forward you to the Discord server. Or you go to recordlabelboss.com and you join us in there. I want to say thank you all for watching me tonight. It was very, very interesting for me to show this to all of you and to get such great feedback and praises there from NMS. I'll do, but keep in mind, I'm only testing. As I mentioned, my music sucks. That's okay, dude, you know? What can I say? I would rather work with somebody that I like and that is bad. If your music sucks, you're in the right place to be advised how to get your music to not suck. If you ever want to end up at a point 3 years from now to where you're making really good music, the absolute best place for you to go is our Discord server, because there's people there that have chart hits that you can talk to like all the time. Fucking ask them. And they will tell you, and it doesn't cost a dime. That's that's the offer, you know. So I'll probably end up owing points. No. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you so much. Join us in testingdemosubmission.com. Join us on recordlabelboss.com with the Discord server. And if you want to listen to some of our artists' stuff, go to countzerorecords.com. We got lots of stuff on there. We have a YouTube channel and many other things. Thank you for being on here. I'm going to come back on Friday. So in 2 days, I'll be back around 2000 Central European time again. And I'm going to do another segment with music, and probably I don't know, talking about demo submission or what the current updates are. You know, maybe we'll get some stuff done with NMS and and some other people, and we'll make some updates and we'll talk about that. All right, guys, stay safe. You know, COVID is still out there. If you can, you know, go to countzerorecords.com and click on the support Ukraine. If you can, you know, donate $10 to the government there or something. It will be really cool. Thank you so much for being on Record Label Boss. My name is Avio. My record label is Count Zero Records. If you want to join us on the Discord server, we're gonna be there. We're always there, like 24/7. We have people from the United States and people from Europe, so we pretty much are 24/7. On that Discord server. That's countzerorecords.com/Discord. I will be back on Friday with another Record Label Boss. I want to say thank you to all my supporters. I want to say thank you to Lada Pitchy, to Yo-Yo, to Scotty, to Holai Max, to NMS especially, and all the people that were on the show today. I'll see you again on Friday with some more music and some more interesting stuff about demo submission and a way to improve your career. I love you all, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye. Thank you all, guys. It was really awesome today. And this is one of my songs. It's called Throwdown. It's currently one of the best working songs for the label, even though it's like 2 years old. One of these weird things, you know, to where something sits around for a while and then all of a sudden it starts to take off. So weird. All right, guys, I love you all, and I'll see you on Friday.
Bye.